you get that close in any match, and you want to seize the opportunity, particularly the third game, with some opportunities there. But with that said, I thought it was an awesome volleyball match, and some incredible defensive plays. And I'm pleased with the way that we played. Other than set 2, I thought that it was fun volleyball, and we've been trying to clean up. We can do some good things offensively, but sometimes we make not a lot, but we make some stupid errors, and it might be a 2 or 3 point swing. And I thought we did a better job of that tonight, of not giving points away, and that can be, we've had a tendency to let off block defensive balls drop or tips drop and things along those lines, and I thought we did a nice job covering that tonight. I thought Katie Rolfson just really made us struggle with what she was doing from a blocking standpoint, and I thought that was probably the biggest difference in the match. We had lots of difficulty creating different opportunities around her, and we knew she was a great blocker coming in, and she did a great job clamping us.
Questions for Kirsten or Lauren?
Lauren, I guess with the exception of game 2 and then late in 4, it didn't look like either team was able to, pull too far away. I guess what were some of the things you guys were able to do to limit when Nebraska did go on a run, not let them get too far away, where it was, still able to be, a close set in the end?
Yeah, I think we definitely focused on our serve and our pass game. Both teams did a really good job in that aspect, and I think just knowing that Nebraska was going to come out and get their kills and we were going to get ours, and just sticking to our system and what we can do and moving on to the next point as fast as possible and trusting that we would. And so I think that was really fun to see us pull together, shake it off, and go after them.
Cool. How's it being back in Lincoln and playing in your hometown?
It's a lot of fun. I had a lot of family and friends come out tonight, as well as former players that I've played with forever. So it's always good to come home, but it would have been better to win. So.
Coach, outside of the service errors, it seemed like you really did stress them, especially that long run, I think, in game 4 or 3 with your serve. What was your sort of strategy on how you wanted to serve tonight?
It's been the same strategy we've had all season. Serve hard, and we know that we may have some errors doing that. But the caliber of teams that we've played over the last 4 weeks, if they're in system, they're going to throw it down your throat. I mean, you watched Nebraska all day yesterday, and they were in system over and over, and it's just, it's a smorgasbord for Kelly to be able to distribute everywhere. So we knew if they were right in their wheelhouse, it could get ugly. So you take some risk behind the line, but that's what we've done. It wasn't uncomfortable for them because that's been our game plan against most teams. There's been a couple teams that we've said, let's make them earn their points. But generally, that's what the discussion we had in the locker room of go after it behind the line.
Kirsten, what was the difference in game 2 and kind of how they were able to, obviously the strong start helped them, but they were able to really stretch that thing out.
Yeah.
And then playing off that, the way your team responded in set 3 and had a chance to finish it there.
Now that they got into an early lead in game 2 and got the momentum, and in a situation like that, it was just like, we knew about midway through we weren't going to win that game, and it was about just getting confidence, getting momentum. We were in the timeout saying, we need to let's just get confidence out here, and so we can go into the locker room at 1-1 and regroup. The players know this. I always say the best and worst thing about volleyball is we go back to 0. So in the locker room it was like we're all at 1-1, even though we got destroyed in that second game. So I was not concerned that we wouldn't bounce. I think mid-game in game 2, we all faced reality that we probably weren't going to win that game, and it was just about regrouping coming into game 3.
Lauren, at the end of game 4 had been back and forth. Neither team had a very big lead until they went on that big run at the end. What were they able to do at the end of the match to stress you, put you out of sorts?
I don't know. I think that we generally just played really clean ball, and the fact they get 1 point or a couple points in a row, I mean, all of the games are close, and I think that 3 of those games could have gone either way. Just the fact that they're running their system and we had to stay true to ours, but we never separated. We were always playing together, and that's why I love Creighton Volleyball. So.
Coach, you were talking about Katie Rolfson earlier in your opening statement. What was sort of your game plan for her coming into the night?
From an offensive standpoint, or from like her blocking?
Yeah.
Don't get blocked as much. The game plan was knowing that she was a good block, and, if the hole is there, take the hole, and then spray off the hands. And she just clamped on us. And, Jaylee's one of the best at spraying off hands, and she really did a nice job of containing Jen.
Coach, I know you've talked a lot about this over the, throughout the non-conference portion of your schedule. And I don't mean to make you repeat yourself, but being that tonight was against the top team in the country, the reigning champs, this was a really strong litmus test as far as how your team was going to show, the progress that they've shown throughout the season. I guess now that you've had a match to see how they'll handle what is the best team in the country, how do you feel about your group?
Well, I'm excited about our group. We said in the locker room, it's a marathon, and now the challenge is, okay, so we're right here, where are we gonna be in November, And so you can't sit idle and say, oh, we can compete now. Every team's gonna get better. And so, what do we do when we get back into the gym? That's the big priority. And, season 1's done. We have 3 seasons. We have the non-con, we've got conference, and then we've got postseason. And so it's done now, and I think we have the potential to do, some great things. But we've got to get better, and we've got to get ready for Marquette, who's playing phenomenal ball, because that's who we get to, it doesn't get any easier on Friday night when we play Marquette.
2 more questions. Anything else? Thanks.
I'm watching the Husker highlights by now, but in a tight match, you're very close. Nice play to keep all in line. Maloney, the block. Rick's going to set it. Jaylee Winters goes up by Lawson. Drop back and Bernthal. Lydia Bernthal with the block. Eyes it up necessary. Bernthal. Quickly, Ballinger. Team up 11-10, and that's a serve. Thanks, Sept. Turning close. Block. Covered by Witt. Empty. Go to Jaylee Winters coming up the middle. Played by Maloney. Pushed over by Malloy. Turn close. Puts it down. Turn close. Back road. Nice. It's a empty back set. Wilkinson down to the line.